Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Timeout Tuesday with Elizabeth Yeager from Sydney, Australia. And today is the 10th of February. Can you believe we're in the teens of February already? Got a little mark on my, just moving the cursor because it's right on my nose. It's better. Okay, so today we're going to do, to look at a stamp set that's an online purchase, and it's very easy to actually miss this one, but it is very, very pretty. So I would urge you to have a look at it. It is called Friendly Foliage. Okay, so it comes as a bundle, or you can buy them separately. There is the stamps. So we've got this image, we've got some individual images, and then we've got some lovely sentiments. Get well soon, sending love, you're on my mind and in my heart, thinking of you, wishing you all the best, here for you always. And then we've got these dies, which are really cool. I'm going to show them to you because they're quite interesting. Okay, so this is what they look like. Now, I'll show you this one first. This is actually two pieces, but what you will notice is that it actually fits and cuts out this. So you can cut it out as a one piece, or you can add, get this the right way up, this to the inside, like that at the same time, and you can get it so that it's intricately cut, and it's beautiful. And then we've got some leaves, and these two here. That's the die cuts for those, so that you can cut that one out and the other one as well. So I'm going to show you what I've done today. I've done a little bit of casing today to get me started, but I keep getting more ideas, which is what we want as I play with the set. It's just a really, really pretty, simple set. So let's get started. My first card today is one that was inspired by Karen Hadler. And it's just using die cuts. So I'm just going to pull all of this out. This is the card that we're going to make. Isn't that pretty? Whoops. So basically what I've done is I've used the die cuts that we had. This one and this one. And I've just cut them out in one color. Okay, so I've cut them out in navy, put them on a navy card with Get Well Soon, and I've used this, I think it's called lined embossing folder. It is really pretty. You can use either side. It's got sort of raised dots on one side, and then if you turn it the other way, you get a different feel altogether. But isn't it lovely? Very interesting. When Karen did hers, she did hers with the bits in, kept the bits in, and made them all different colors, which was really cool as well. But I'm going to show you just a very, very simple card today. So here is the embossed piece. You can see that this side is not quite as distinctive as this side, but that's it. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having a white background like this one had, I'm going to use a balmy blue background. And welcome to anyone who's listening this morning. I hope you're enjoying February. And I can't believe how fast this month is going as well. So let's just get rid of that underneath it so I don't get glue on it. But I often use Pinterest to spark ideas, and then I branch out on my own and do my own thing. So it's a good way just to get an idea of what you want to do. I want to put it up this way. Just putting it on a 14.4 base, like that. Okay. Then I can put this straight on, and I haven't got an insert for it, but that's okay. I'm going to put this straight on the card base. It's the first part of your card made. Okay. Now I've got these cutouts, and these ones are done in balmy blue. And then I've got Get Well Soon there, so I'm going to just make sure that I've got them all. So I've got 3 of each actually at the moment. This one's got twist in it. Okay, I love these. They almost look like feathers, don't they? I'm going to put those on first. Okay, so I'm going to lay those like that, just to show you. That one in the middle. Now, the wonderful thing about these dies is that they're actually fairly straight, but you can just curve them a little bit in the direction that you want them to go. Leave that one aside for the moment. I can put that on the inside. So I can just and put it like that. Okay, so let's get this put together. Actually, I might grab my silicone mat. It is very useful when I'm using this, and I often forget about it, but it's very good for putting these on. So let's pop this on here. This, turn them all over. And the thing about the silicone mat is that you can just wipe it off afterwards. I'm hoping that this will work this morning. Yep. Doesn't need very much, which is why you could do it with a sponge if you wanted to as well. So I'll put that one on first. And I think I want to put it about there. There we go. Let's do another one of these. I'm going to put these on first, so I can have it fairly centered. Just needs a few little dots of glue just to hold it in place. And that one can go on that side. Now I'll put the middle one on. That one's a little bit bent, but that's okay. Let's get this one on. Put some glue in this. Well, we're back into it this week. I started teaching yesterday afternoon, and I'm not sure the kids were quite ready to go back, but they are back. Some of them were more ready than others. Some of them had forgotten everything that they had learned, or almost everything. But yeah, I'll get back in it again. Kids are back at school as well. Grandkids are all back at school. Just put a few dots around these leaves. The reason I'm putting a few dots on all the leaves is I want to make sure that they don't get bent. So just, it's not a very complicated card, but, and that one I want to put there. Bend it like that. Whoops, it came off on my hand. It's good sometimes to even use the silicone mat on that as well, like that, and just push down on it. And that puts it in place. Put up the middle, a little bit on the leaves. And off we go. I'm getting ready for on stage and looking forward to on stage this year. We are very fortunate in that it's in Sydney this year. And although it's in Sydney, I am actually staying in the city, which I think is a very wise decision. But yeah, so that's those on. I've got my Get Well Soon. And I've done this one in white, and just grab my dimensionals. I'm going to pop this up the top. I've just free cut it. Let's put that one there. Put it on too high. Hands are really sticky for some reason. I must have got some glue on them. Get my fingers rubbed so that they're less sticky. One there and one there. Okay. Yeah, they're sticking to the dimensionals. Okay, so that can go up there. Okay, now I've got some opal rinds. These are assorted opal rinds, and I haven't used very many of these. I'm just trying to work out what colour I want to use. I do think I might use these navy ones. I might put a large one there and a couple of smaller ones. Maybe one there and one down there. Okay. This looks like it got chewed. I don't know if that's the case, but yeah. Really pretty little things those. Get well. So that's my first card. You can see that this one I embossed. This one I just did straight. Which one do you prefer? I don't know. I thought I liked this one first, but I do like that one as well. Okay, so that was Karen Hadler's card. Lovely stripes is what they call this embossing folder. Okay, let's go on to the second one. I've done a little bit of pre-prep on this one because I want to spend a little bit of time on the last card today. Okay, so this one is on white base. Got a white base, and basically I have embossed. I've done both sides of this because I wasn't happy with one of them. So basically I've embossed in white on the bottom, and it's going to go on the card like that. So I've used Versamark on this just to stamp the leaves. I often use Versamark instead of the in color, or the color that's the back of it. So instead of using Lost Lagoon, I used just Versamark because it comes up darker. Also embossed this with Gathering Leaves. This is a pretty peacock, and it's going to go on top. So let's put that on top first. Very, very simple. All my blues are beginning to run out. Like this one's completely run out. Got a few more here. Oops. This one's pretty full. So I'm just going to make sure that the leaves are pointing the right way, upwards, because that's the way I want them. Stick that on there. Okay. Now I'm going to put some tightening runner in the back of this. That should do. But put on opposite down. And because I've randomly stamped these leaves behind, some are up, some are down, some are sideways, gives it quite a nice effect. Okay, now you remember how I was telling you that you could cut out? I've got one that isn't cut out, and I've got one that is cut out just to show you. Okay, so this one, if you just use the outside, that's what you get. This one, if you use the outside and the inside, this is the effect you get. Quite different, but really pretty, aren't they? How nice is that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to raise this up a little bit onto dimensionals. So let's put a few dimensionals on bits that won't show through. And there, you can see I'm taking the thickest bits off that aren't cut, popping a dimensional there. Then I've got some skinnier ones, and I might do one down there. And look, if you've got one that you think is too thick, because I'm using the side ones, what I often do is cut them even thinner and pop them up along this side here so that it holds this side up a little bit. Pop one there, pop one there, and pop a couple more on. Put one there on that corner, one down there, and I actually think it needs one in here. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Very, very simple card, but it looks incredibly effective. So let's get the backs off. Wipe one off. One off and that one off. Our on stage is Thursday to Saturday, and we meet together, so there'll be several hundred people there from all over Australia and New Zealand, and sometimes we get people from overseas as well. Last year, when we were in Brisbane, we had some people from Canada, some from Hawaii. We had some people from all sorts of places. So it's a wonderful time to get together with like-minded people and do lots of fun things and meet new friends as well. It's such a really good thing. And one of the best things too is that you get to get the new catalogue a little bit earlier. And that, would you believe, is the card finished. Okay, just as simple as that. I don't think it needs anything else. I think that it looks absolutely stunning like that. That's card number 2. Now, I'm going to go on to card number 3 today. I'm going to show you a technique today. Let's get it all out. Show you the card first, and then, so we're going to do this here. I'm going to show you how to do this here. This card was done by Mary Dethridge, and I really liked what she did. So what I've got is my white base, my layer of Pretty Peacock, which will go on next, and then the white layer, but I'm not going to do any of that yet. So I'm going to put that aside. Got my piece of white cardstock. Got a couple of pieces of torn paper here. I'm hoping that I can get them apart. So literally it's old scrap paper that I am not using. And what I'm planning to do is pop this. Before I do that, actually, I might put a little bit of tape on this just to hold it still so it doesn't move on me. Now I've got some washi tape here, which is very useful for this sort of thing. I know that isn't on there straight, but that's okay. Then I've got my paper, and I'm going to line this one up with the edge, and then pop that down and that down like that. Now the other one, I'm not too worried. It's just going to go, I think, right there. Pop it down with the washi tape, and I'm left with this strip down the middle. Okay, these are the colors I'm going to use. I don't know if you've got a color wheel, but this is the Stampin' Up color wheel, and I'm going to use these monochromatic colors. So monochromatic colors are colors that are right next to each other on the spectrum. So I'm going to use these 5 here. So you can see that if I wanted triadic ones or analogous ones or complementary ones, we could go for all sorts of different things, okay? But I'm going to use these monochromatic ones because they're all right next to each other. I'm going to show you how I did this. Okay, let's get started and let's hope it works. So I've got I'm going to move these out of the way just in case I accidentally mark them. Okay, so I've got my pool party, and I've got 5 blending brushes here. Okay. I think I'll use this one. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Pool Party up the top, okay? Now, the reason I've got the paper there is that I can sweep it, take it off a little bit before I put it on the card, like that. So I'm going to put 5 colors in this. So there's my Pool Party. Okay, finished with that one for now. Next one I'm going to use is Coastal Cabana, just for fun. They're all really pretty colors, so it's a little different, as you can see. Probably a little brighter. The other one's a bit more greeny. And that's enough of that one. Close that one. Let's do Summer Splash. This is one of our in colors from last year. And this doesn't want to close. There we go. Summer Splash. It's that color. It's sort of a very, very pretty color too. You can see it's slightly different. So you can see the gradation as we go down. Pop that over there. Pop that there. Next one is going to be Lost Lagoon. Okay. I might use the Summer Splash one for the Lost Lagoon because I think that's more balmy blue. Okay, so this is more of a onto greeny shade. So you can see there that, and then just put a little bit on the rest as well. And then my last one is going to be Pretty Peacock. My Pretty Peacock, I need a new one. It's all falling apart. The poor thing. Okay, you can see it's quite dark. So I just want that down the bottom. Okay. Now, that's us finished with that for now. I will be using Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon again, but I'll move those out of the way. So I'm going to be using these two in a moment. Let's take the washi tape off. That's one bit off. Let's take the other piece off. And we're left with this, okay? I'm just going to leave that as it is at the moment. And I've got my stamp here, and I'm going to do this in Lost Lagoon. Okay. Actually, before I do that, I might do the Pretty Peacock one on the bottom, because I think it would be good to do that one first. So this is it here. This is just stamping it. So it's very, very simple. What's happening here? It's not picking it up in the middle for some reason. Maybe my stamp is very dry. It's missing a little bit in the middle. It looks a little better. Looks like it's on all of them now. Okay. And I'm just going to put this down at the bottom, like that. Okay. It's missing a little bit in the middle, but I think it's my stamp pad. When I look at my stamp pad, it looks pretty mingy. I think that's my next purchase. Now I'm going to put Thinking of You on it. And I'm also going to do that in Pretty Peacock. And I'll pop that there. You notice how it goes over onto the other. That's okay. Let's close this. Now, if I was really wanting to do something, I could get my Pretty Peacock pen and just go over those, which I might later, but not right now. I'm going to get my Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to pop that way. Lost Lagoon's fine, but the Pretty Peacock looks pretty awful. Whoops, I missed that a little bit. There we go. And I'll pop that one there. There we go. So, close those pads up. Pop them over here. Okay. Lift my washi tape off the card. Now, if I've missed a little bit like that, what I can do is grab a Pretty Peacock, if I can find it. It's not so like Pretty Peacock. I could just get this. I don't know if this will work, but let's try it and see. So I'm just going to, yeah, just see what I'm doing. Just there we go. That looks a little better. Okay, got a little bit of glue on it there. Okay, now let's put the card together. So I've got that. Pop that away. And where did I put the rest of it? There it is. So I will pop this onto the Pretty Peacock paper or cardstock with a border right around it. That makes it stand out, and then I'm going to put it straight on the white base. Like that. Now I was looking around all my embellishments to see if I could find something that would work, and I found these, and they are Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock, and I have some more here somewhere. Here, where have they gone? We got those ones, and I think they're probably on a table somewhere. Pretty sure I got them out, but maybe I didn't. That's okay, I can use these ones. So there's this is sort of like a white, and this one's more sort of Lost Lagoon. It's not quite green, but this will look good on it. You can see that one I think I might put down there. Actually, I think that's a white one that I just picked up instead of the darker one. Yep. And I might put another one up here. Yeah. So let's have a look. And if I was really wanting to make them a little darker, what I could do is get my pen and just do that along the top. You see how that changes the colour off them a little bit? Makes them a little bit darker. So this is the one I did today. We did this one. And we've done this one as well. That out of the way. Okay, so those are my 3 cards with friendly foliage. Different techniques for each one. This is just die cutting, and the embossing behind. This one has some embossing, some sort of Versamark, and a little bit die cutting, and this one has this technique of using the blending brushes as a panel on the card. Very pretty actually, isn't it? How it turns out. Just with all the different colours, the gradation is really pretty. Okay, so that is today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making cards with this. Next week I am doing Nature's Walk. Yeah, Nature's Walk next week. So I hope you can join me for that. I just love card making. I wish that postage wasn't so expensive that we could send more in the mail. But hey, I have lots of friends I give them to as well. Okay, and if you're looking for hints of where to give them, sometimes nursing homes, if you make lots of cards, hospitals as well will take them. And I have a friend, if anybody wants to get rid of some cards, I've got a friend who collects them for several of the hospitals in Sydney and around the area up to Newcastle. So yeah, so anyway, that's today's Timeout Tuesday. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope if you haven't looked at this set, that it will make you have a bit of a look at it, because it is such a pretty, pretty set. And I think I've only just, started to dig what it can do. So look out for more of these. Okay, everybody, see you next week. Bye.